Good day everyone, and today I'm going to show you how to fix your Asus keyboard backlight problem. So a few days ago I picked up this Asus N56 VZ. The specs has it has a keyboard backlight, but somehow it just doesn't work. After a few days of going through Google and I have basically managed to fix it. And this fix does not only apply on this model, actually it also applies all the variant of this model, such as N56 VA or N56 VZ that you have. Or from the forum, I also have read a lot of people had success even to their ROG series, such as a G73 and Asus U80, and also even a ZenBook series UX31A. You can basically Google it and you can see a lot of people actually got success with this fix. But first, let's look at the first step of Asus keyboard backlight fix. The first step is basically identifying whether your keyboard hardware actually supports keyboard backlight. You might think that I'm sounding ridiculous now, but I'm going to show you why. To identify whether your keyboard hardware does support backlight is actually pretty simple. You might need to disassemble your laptop for this. Please be safe while disassembling your laptop. You can always check YouTube for the disassembling videos, and you might need to disassemble quite a bit to enable you to identify whether your keyboard does supports backlight or not. So after disassembling your laptop until you are able to view the back of your keyboard, first way to identify whether your keyboard supports backlight is actually by looking on the back of the keyboard itself. If the back of your keyboard is actually silver color, and while pointing it to a light source will enable you to see what's on the other side through the keyboard seams. So basically your keyboard hardware does not support backlight at all. And also another indication on how to check whether your keyboard hardware actually supports backlight is by looking at the ribbon cable. As you can see here, this actually has only one ribbon cable. That basically this ribbon cable is used to interface the keyboard and the laptop motherboard. So basically this doesn't support keyboard backlight. While what we have here is another keyboard where you can see the back of the keyboard actually is white in color, and also by pointing it to the light source, you actually can't see through. It's actually opaque. Your keyboard supports backlight. Basically what these white layers do is actually they are some form of stickers, and current will pass through it and the LEDs will light up. Also, another indication of your keyboard actually supports backlight will be having two ribbon cables, as you can see here. So basically one ribbon cable, normally the thicker one, will be basically interfacing the keyboard to the laptop motherboard, whereas another ribbon cable, which is normally the thinner one, basically interfaces with the backlight of the keyboard. Also, a note here is, even though your keyboard hardware physically does support keyboard backlight, you might want to check that these two cables are actually plugged firmly and snugly, and also in the correct orientation to your motherboard, as this is going to affect whether your keyboard backlight or your whole keyboard is actually going to work or not. So upon having a look, you should know that whether does your keyboard actually supports keyboard backlight. One thing that you might have noticed that is this keyboard is actually physically same as the laptop here. So on specs, it should have a keyboard backlight, but at here, it seems that it doesn't have a keyboard backlight. That's the reason to actually physically check whether your keyboard hardware does supports keyboard backlight, because sometimes perhaps the person might have changed the keyboard, or basically your laptop might be a lower end one, or somehow the keyboard backlight just isn't fixed on your unit. So you might have to check this, check your hardware before proceed to the next step. So after successfully identifying your keyboard hardware does actually supports backlight, I think the next step will be you like to assemble your laptop back first, of course. And in this process, if you somehow manage to get your keyboard backlight on again, well, congratulations, because you might have just solved the problem due to the poor connection or somehow inverse connection or somehow loose connection. So basically you fix it, but for me it just doesn't cut it. And of course I believe that for many of you that just doesn't fix it. And this is the second step to fix your keyboard backlight. Basically you would like to go to the Asus website to download the latest device driver for your laptop. Also, this again sounds ridiculous, but actually you need two specific package that is responsible for your keyboard backlight to operate again. And I'm going to show you how are you going to locate it. So basically what I have here is the Asus official page for my device, N56Z. Of course, it applies to all models as well. You go to the support section and look for the device driver. So basically the problem here is when you come to the page of drivers and tools, you'll be shown a few OS that you can choose from. The problem here is in this Asus web page, if I select the latest OS, I will be unable to find the keyboard backlight fix, the two package that I actually needed for the keyboard backlight fix. But actually I went back to the Windows 8 64-bit. That's for my model. It's actually hidden, I would say hidden, under utility section. So we are going to look for two packages here. One is the ATK package and one is the keyboard filter. These two packages are essential to get your keyboard backlight to work. So let's have a look here. So I have managed to identify here the first installer package that you need to install for your laptop to get your keyboard backlight to work, which is actually ATK ACPI driver and hotkey related utilities. What this actually does is it actually enables you to allow key combination for the function button and your keyboard backlight combination. For my model will be function key plus F4 or F3 to increase or decrease the keyboard backlight. So basically this ATK ACPI driver or this package is actually responsible for that, and you need that to get your keyboard backlight working. And we are going to look for the second package, which is the keyboard filter. And here we have it. So it's a keyboard device filter utility. You also need this keyboard device filter utility package installed on your computer to get your keyboard backlight working again. So you might need to proceed to download these two packages and then install it to your laptop. So basically, if step 2 fixed for you, congratulations, you've managed to fix your keyboard backlight issue. For those of you that still have issue, we'll need to proceed to step 3. Be advised that actually step 3 is a bit dangerous in the sense of if done improperly, will actually break your BIOS and basically render your whole motherboard useless. So be sure to be careful while proceeding with this step. Basically what the step 3 do is actually mentioned in some forums here that I have got. This fix is about changing a certain value in your EEPROM. Basically is fiddling something deeper than your BIOS. So we got to be careful on this, of course. After a few Google search, I have managed to get some forums, and these are the steps. And the person itself actually also provided the source of the fix, which is in Russian. Let's translate it. And basically the fix are here. What this fix does is, for as we can see here, this fix will basically fix their backlight if the backlight somehow doesn't turn on. To fix this, we got to, looking back on the first forum, basically we got to unzip this utility, this bt.ext. I'm going to put it the link in the description. This utility is going to be used to change the EEPROM flag value. So basically we got to download this BTEXE first, and we are going to put it on a bootable USB drive with FreeDOS. So I'm going to show you how to make it. First, you go to download Rufus. So to create a bootable USB, basically you go to Rufus and you get the installer and you download it first. So I'm going to download this version. So the download is complete, and let's go to, and I had actually opened Rufus here, and I had also plugged in a 4 GB thumb drive that's going to be used as a bootable USB drive. So basically, you need to follow the settings here, 4 GB, leave everything unchanged except this one, change it to FAT system, and we are going to set it with quick format, and remember to choose FreeDOS here, and created extended labels and icon files. Just have these 3 ticks enabled and change this value. Other, just leave it as default, and we are going to click start. So click OK. It's going to be very fast. And yep, we are done. When it shows ready, we are done. So we are going to close it, and let's go to the Explorer. I had also downloaded the bt.exe here. So we are going to put this into the FreeDOS. We can just put it at the thumb drive root directory. There's no need to put it into any folders or anything. You just need to drag and drop it just on the root directory of the thumb drive. After copying the bt.exe utility into the root directory of your FreeDOS thumb drive, next basically we are going to boot it, type in a command line and just reboot your computer, and it's done. So let's see the specific code that we need to type in. So basically the steps here is to create a bootable USB disk and copy the bt.exe utility to the USB disk. We then boot the machine. After that, we need to type this. So be sure of what you are typing, because basically this instructs the BT utility that we downloaded to config the DD flag of the EEPROM by changing the FF to 7C. By changing the flag of this DD value, it will enable the keyboard backlight to be turned on. So please be sure of what you are doing and be absolutely sure of what you are typing. If not, you might really just break your motherboard. That's another precaution here. So basically, I have noted this down into a paper here, and I'm going to follow and type it later on. So now what I need to do is to shut down my machine. So of course, before shutting down, I'll just eject, and let's turn off the machine. So the laptop has managed to shut down properly, and this is the USB flash drive with the FreeDOS and bt.exe that I had created just now. So basically, if you had tried to boot up directly, you should be unable to boot, somehow unable to boot into the FreeDOS of this thumb drive. I had tried numerous times. No matter I tried to change the boot priority or changing the boot device. Somehow the laptop does not boot from this thumb drive that I had created. It just boots from the hard disk itself. And to solve this problem, basically I just removed the hard drive for this laptop, and I just leave this thumb drive on as the boot device for the laptop. And that just makes things so much easier. So I'll proceed to remove the hard disk of the laptop. So firstly, you would like to plug out all of the powers and the batteries or whatever USB devices that you have. So basically, you just like to have them off before you disassemble your laptop and your battery, of course. So the disassembly is actually not very difficult. You just need to remove one screw to access to all your panels over here. Asus has actually made it very easy on this. And then you would like to remove the 4 screws here on your hard disk. Well, be mindful of your screws, don't lose it, it's pretty small. So you just need to slide your hard disk out and you leave it. So here it goes. Without the laptop does not have the hard disk anymore. So I'll just turn on the laptop now temporarily. Also, a quick note here is that if you are using a HDD caddy, which means that your DVD drive is actually running on a hard disk, you need to pull it out as well, because it's going to interfere how the BIOS loads. I didn't manage to get it boot up just now because I didn't manage to remove the HDD. So I'll just remove the caddy. Alright. Alright, so I have cut it in to be nearer so you can see my screen properly. So let's just put up the laptop with your USB drive plugged in. So upon boot, you'll be shown this. So basically, we have managed to boot into the FreeDOS, and we will select this US English keyboard. We will select the second selection, which actually coincides with my keyboard. So basically, I'm going to select this. I press enter. And yep, we are in. So basically this is the FreeDOS, and we are going to type the code that is provided just now. So I had written down in a paper and I'm going to type it in. So it's BT-C. So basically double and triple check all your typing. All your wording must be correct and exact. If it's wrong, you might just break your motherboard directly. So please triple check your wording, whether is it correct. So once it's correct, you press enter. And that's what you get. Once you are shown in this screen, you are done. What you need to look for is the return code. When you see the return code is 0 or -1, it doesn't matter for you, because for me, the first time I did it, I remember is the return code is 0. Now I have done it the second time, so now it's -1. So it doesn't matter, because some of the forums has also noted that for their machine, for their laptop, after they type the code, the same code that we have here, it also returns -1, but somehow the keyboard backlight still works. So after we have done this, we'll just off the system. So we just press Control Alternate Delete, and the system will reboot. So hopefully upon reboot, by pressing the Control Alternate Delete, you get the full glory of your keyboard backlight working. So you can also shut it down by pressing the power button. So let's try to see the keyboard backlight working again. So basically, after pressing the power button, you should be able to get your keyboard backlight turn on for at least a few seconds, and it turns off. It's time to fix back your hard disk drive and assemble back your laptop, and you are good to go. After booting into your system, probably you need a 1 or 2 restart to enable your keyboard backlight function. Basically, after we type the code on FreeDOS, on the first restart, the keyboard backlight doesn't work. All the function key just doesn't work. All the shortcuts doesn't work. I had restarted again, and the second time it had worked. So you can see here it has actually 1, 2, 3 levels of backlight. So I can increase and decrease the backlight now. So you're done. These are the 3 steps to fix your Asus keyboard backlight problem. So for those that have managed to revive your keyboard backlight, congratulations. And for those that don't, you can always refer back to your Asus service center or any computer repair shops. They might have a specific solution for you. And if you have any comments, you can always leave it below. And finally, thank you for watching.